Hello, reInvent 2020. My name is Devor Golak, and I, along with my colleague Shobit Gupta, have the honor to spend the next 30 minutes with you to walk you through Amazon Connect Customer Profiles, an exciting new service that you might have seen as part of Andy's keynote on Tuesday. But first, let's go over the agenda for our session today. I will start by giving a quick introduction to Amazon Connect and its incredible growth it has seen over the last couple of years. Then I'll go into more detail on customer profiles and the value that it delivers to agents and the contact center. I'll share a quick customer story, and then we'll wrap it up with a demonstration of the product. And as a final part of the presentation, we'll wrap it up with next steps and how you can get started with Amazon Connect customer profiles. So let's get started. So back in 2017, we launched Amazon Connect. This is an easy-to-use omni-channel cloud contact center. For those who are less familiar with Amazon Connect delivers differentiators that allow AWS customers to create exceptional customer experiences. And it was built from the ground up to be 100% cloud-based. And it can be set up in minutes without the need for any coding. Once set up, Amazon Connect has the flexibility to scale up or down in a moment's notice, depending on the demand from your customers. Contact flows allow you to easily create compelling customer experiences and enable you to build automated experiences as well. Amazon Connect is an open platform that is simple and to integrate with other enterprise applications to address specialized use cases for your business. And the power of AWS is backing Amazon Connect. AWS services and partners can be used to quickly innovate on new customer experiences. There are over 170 AWS services live today, and our partners have already developed over 185 integrations with Amazon Connect. Finally, a core tenet to AWS is our consumption pricing model, which allows your business to focus on inventing and innovating the experience for your customers without having to worry about costly licensing models. You pay for what you use. The past 3 years have been exciting, and there is more to come. Since 2017, we've launched 147 major features, such as chat, which allows customers to give contact agents through their channel of choice, through web or mobile. Amazon Lex AI chatbots, which includes languages such as Spanish and capabilities such as text-to-speech with more natural neural text-to-speech voices. And with Contact Lens, Amazon Connect, you can understand the sentiment of customers, trends, and compliance of customer conversations. We have rapidly expanded globally, available all over the world with multiple contact centers in every major geo, and more on the way. And no other contact center provider reduces their pricing. In fact, we've made over 42 price cuts this year alone. So now let's go into what we've heard from our customers on the pain point that their agents were facing. First, we heard from customers that agents spend the first 2 minutes of a call navigating across multiple applications, sometimes as many as 10 applications, and they spend more time in those first 2 minutes trying to log in and retrieve the information that they need instead of focusing on the customer and their needs. Second, we heard that agents did not have the right information in front of them to quickly personalize the service for the customer or to understand a more holistic perspective of what is happening with the customer across their experience. And third, contact center managers told us about the struggles of accessing data from multiple sources, applications, databases, and how costly it is and how many resources they need to spend on making sure data is being managed properly and securely. These three core problems lead to poor customer experiences and drive up the cost for contact centers. So we work backwards directly from our customers' feedback, and we built Amazon Connect Customer Profiles, a service that enables agents to deliver faster and more personalized customer service. Customer profiles help to resolve identity resolution across applications, and it pulls the contact history that is part of Amazon Connect to give agents all previous contact interactions. It can integrate with third-party applications and internal databases as well. All of this then gets organized into that customer profile, which is at the center of this new service. So let me walk you through these in a little bit more detail. I will focus on these three customer value that customer profiles delivers to Amazon Connect customers, and how these, together with the agent experience, help deliver a more personalized customer service. First, we knew from customer feedback that the first seconds of a contact are critical, and that we wanted to create an experience that helped the agent surface the right information at the right time. The moment that the call comes into the customer profile, the customer profile is automatically displayed to the agent. Agents can also search for profiles using a name, email, phone number directly into the search bar. If there is no record of that customer, with one click, they can create a new profile and automatically tie that contact history from that customer to that profile. What you see here is the agent application that comes as part of Amazon Connect that you can embed in your own applications. Customers have also asked us to enable them to build their own by supporting all the functionality that you see here via the APIs. Again, it was important for us to work directly from our customers' feedback to create that seamless view of the customer directly for these agents. Second, we heard from contact center managers that integrating customer data across first and third-party applications is complex, costly, and messy. With customer profiles, contact center managers can easily integrate customer data from third-party applications without complex API integrations or code. This was important because these integrations are critical to making sure that all of that information from customers is brought together in that single view that we showed previously. And these data connectors are powered by Amazon AppFlow, which is an AWS service that enables secure and scalable transfer of data. We have started with connectors for Salesforce, ServiceNow, Zendesk, and Marketo, and we will be expanding these connectors with additional feedback that we get from customers. Companies can also integrate their own internal applications and databases using our SDKs and APIs that help manage these integrations. And finally, customer profiles matches all this data across applications to create this unified profile using unique identifiers such as phone numbers or account IDs. For example, as a call comes in, customer profiles matches the contact history from a unique phone number to that profile that is created using information from a third-party application or an internal database using that phone number. Companies can configure if they want to have the matching happen automatically, or if they prefer the agent to confirm the association of these records after verifying additional information with the customer during the call. Companies can also configure which unique identifier to use that will result in a more accurate matching during this process. Now, for a quick customer story, Traeger Grills was one of our early customers in this journey, and they asked us to help them get a better handle of their customer service experience. Traeger Grills has been the outdoor cooking choice for food enthusiasts, and Lizzie Mitchell, who heads up their customer experience analytics team, told us that they handle tens of thousands of contact center contacts every month where people have questions on everything from grill care to Wi-Fi connectivity of their grills. And after working with customer profiles, Traeger saw a 25% reduction in their call handle time and a 10% increase in customer satisfaction. This is incredible, and we love working with Lizzie and the Traeger Grills team, and we continue to look forward to their work and how we can help them personalize and improve on that customer experience. So now let me turn it over to my colleague Shobit Gupta, who will give you a demo of customer profiles and how it personalizes the customer service.
Thank you, Devor. Hi, everyone. My name is Shobit Gupta, and I am a Senior Product Manager with Amazon Web Services. Today, I'll be walking you through a quick demo about how you can get started with using Amazon Connect customer profiles to enable your agents to become more productive, as well as to drive some automation scenarios for your contact center experiences. Before I get started, let me show you what you see on the screen and what does it mean. So on the left, you see the contact center panel. Contact center panel is basically the interface which an agent uses for getting inbound calls and chats. They get the phone number of the caller here, and that's information that they get here. They are also able to trigger outbound calls by using the dialer. In the middle, you see Amazon Connect customer profiles, for which I'll be talking about during the demo. And on the right, you see another new Amazon Connect offering called Amazon Wisdom, which provides intelligent recommendations around next best action for agents during a call. All right, now that we know what this screen means, let me dive deeper into what you're going to see for Amazon Connect customer profiles. As soon as a phone call comes in, Amazon Connect customer profile takes the phone number and finds the matching profile for that phone number. That profile that surfaced is shown to the agent before the call is even connected. What that helps the agents to do is that before even starting to speak to a caller, agent knows all the information about them, such as their first name, their last name, their email address, and even notes from previous conversations. Now, equipped with all of this information, an agent is able to quickly resolve the queries of the caller, reducing the overall channel time and improving the customer experience. All right, now let me showcase this in action. I'm placing a phone call to this contact center.
Hi, Jane. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us and will be answered in the order it was received.
Accept the call.
Demo queue.
Great. Now, as you saw in this demo, the phone number was displayed in the contact center panel, and that phone number was automatically used by customer profiles for showcasing a customer profile. This customer profile has information which starts with the name of the caller, and then it has additional information such as the customer relationship number, such as their PII information, which can be the date of birth, their gender, can be their email addresses, the mailing addresses, and also a little bit of information on who are they, right? So for the business, for example, the additional information here talks about a loyal customer of any company who books events regularly. So now, just by looking at this information within a few seconds, agent has complete context that it's Jane Doe who is on the call, and Jane loves to book events with any company, and probably this phone call is going to be around booking an event, right? Now, equipped with that, let's say Jane handles this call, and John handles this call, and John is able to add notes such that, let me quickly write it down, that Jane was very interested in making an event venue booking for 200 people, and Jane will get back to us for making that booking in the future. With that, the scenario of this call has completed. Let me end the call. Clear contact. Great. Now, what the agent can do is that once the call has ended, and agent can go back to Jane Doe and also complete anything that was missing in the notes. That is interested in booking an event of party size, for a party size of, let's say, 200 at something. right? And they can save it. The agent also has access to contact history. So all the previous interactions that Jane has done with our contact center are at the fingertips of the agent, right? Such as queue duration, hold duration, call duration. And what it does is, right, it provides the agent quick information about how the previous interactions has been with this contact center. Now, if there can be a scenario where a profile does not exist and there's a new caller who is on the phone, the agent can very easily go and create a profile. In creating a profile, they just need to provide the first name, the last name. They can add PII information such as date of birth, phone numbers, and so on. All right. So now you know how we use one phone number from contact center panel to surface the most appropriate profile and enable the agent to get complete context. Now moving along in this demo and moving on to the second part of this demo, which would be about automation of contact center experiences. Now let's say Jane went back to her management, and she's now calling back for completing her reservation of an event venue. Now, what our customers told us is that whenever there is a customer who has a clear intent, can customer profiles connect them to the most appropriate agent or department without any actions from the caller. And that's exactly what's going to happen in this demo now. As soon as Jane will call, our IVR system will detect and personalize a greeting for Jane, saying, "Hi, Jane." And then the IVR system will route this call to the reservations department and also update Jane that the call is being routed because she was in the middle of making a booking in the last call. All right, let's get started. I am placing the call.
Hi, Jane. It looks like you tried to make a booking. Let me connect you to our reservations team for assistance. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us, and we'll...
As you could see, the call got connected and the agent quickly understood it's Jane calling. At the same time, the customer had a great experience of not waiting in a queue, not providing the same information again and again, but within a few seconds, getting connected to the right agent to complete their use case of finishing a reservation. All right, now that you know everything about what Amazon customer profiles and an agent can do by using a customer profile, let me talk about one more thing. So, as product team at Amazon Web Services, we really want to make a highly customizable product, and customer profiles is no different. In customer profiles, I showed you all the out-of-the-box offering, but you can also extend it to be used very easily with existing Amazon Connect services. So one of the very premier Amazon Connect services is Contact Lens. And Contact Lens provides real-time analytics using machine learning for a call. So if you use our APIs and you ingest data from Contact Lens, the added benefit for the agent will be in the contact history. They can not just see information upon like queue duration, but if they click on the timestamp, they can even see more rich AI-based information, such as sentiment analysis about how was the sentiment of the previous call. The intent of the call, like there was an agent greeting that happened, agent had a great conversation. The call was around venue booking. It was a loyal customer who was on the phone call. And also provide you like a quick categorization of what this means. Is like the purpose of the call was looking for a 200 people event venue. And not just this, it also has the entire transcript of the interaction, such as the customer saying, "I need to book an Any Complete Florida property for 2 nights. I'm sure I can help you with that. How many attendees?" So on. Now, with all of this information, agents is much better equipped to handle a customer's query. And not just that, but provide a superior customer experience. All right, now that you know how Amazon customer profiles work, let me go a little bit under the hood and show you how to set this up in your Amazon Connect instance. All right, so now I will tell you how to go and enable customer profiles. You have to go to your Amazon Connect instance. Let's start from the top. This is your Amazon Connect instance, and let's say the name of Amazon Connect instance is any company name. You click on that instance ID, and this is the admin page of Amazon Connect instance. On the left navigation bar, you will find something called Customer Profiles. You click on Customer Profiles. In Amazon Connect Customer Profiles, you need to do two things. One is create a one-time step process of a customer profile domain. And second is to add integrations from third-party applications, which can be Marketo, ServiceNow, Zendesk, and Salesforce. In this demo, I will show you how to create an integration with Salesforce. Before that, let's do the one-step process of enabling customer profiles. All right, now we are on the page of enabling customer profiles. The first thing you need to do is provide a domain name. A domain name can be the name of your company. That can be the name of your contact center, as per your choice. It's basically a container for all your customer data. For the purposes of this demo, we will use an existing domain. All right. The second thing that you need to provide on this is a dead letter queue. A dead letter queue is an optional field. It's an Amazon SQS queue, and that SQS queue showcases whenever there is an error. So there is an error, can be in ingesting data from third-party application. That can be an error for some kind of limits that are written, and your team can use those errors to reprocess events. The third and the most important part of creating a domain is defining a KMS key. You can create your own KMS key, or you can use an existing KMS key. In this case, we are using an existing KMS key. And this KMS key is basically encrypting your data in transit and at rest, so that your customer data is always secure and GDPR compliant. We click on submit, and your domain is created. As simple as that. Now, once your domain is created, the next step that I'm going to show to you is how can you ingest your data from a third-party application. I'm taking the example of Salesforce here. You select Salesforce, and then you click Add Integration. It's a very quick three-step process. The first step is to select Salesforce and make sure your Salesforce is set up with the right configuration to enable Amazon AppFlow, which is the AWS service we use for integrating with third-party applications for ingesting data. In this demo, we will assume your Salesforce is already set up. I click Next. When I click Next, I always have the choice of using an existing connection or make a new connection. I can be making a new connection in this case to show you. You can name this connection as, let's say, Salesforce Customer Profiles. And in one click, log into Salesforce to do your auth flow. You quickly enter your Salesforce username and password. You click allow. And now your integration is being created. And I click on create integration. Now that you can quickly review all the information, the instance of Salesforce you're ingesting data from, your KMS key, and your connection status, which is connected with Salesforce. I click on create integration. Perfect. So now that you have selected and you have created, you're all set to go. Your domain is created, you just created an integration, and you did all of that in less than 5 minutes. Now you can go back to your contact center panel and you will start seeing unified customer profiles of your data from Salesforce, from contact history, from different sources together in one view. Before I leave, I will give you one more quick nugget. You can always go and check the status of this connection. So you can click on this connection, view objects, which will provide you information such as what's the name of the objects of the data being ingested, when was it updated, when the status is running. Right now the status is pending because it takes us 5 minutes for the data to start streaming in. With that, I would conclude the demo. In this demo, you learned how to make your contact center agents more productive, how to drive more automation scenarios for your contact center, such as personalized routing, priority queue, and so on. And third, how to make your contact center more customizable to work with contact lens data and other Connect services. Thank you. Over to you, Devor.
Thank you, Shobit. So now let me wrap it up with telling you how easy it is to get started. You can go to amazon.com/connect, and you can see how in a matter of minutes you can configure a contact center directly from the AWS console. And then you will see displayed on the left-hand side customer profiles as part of the Connect experience. You can then go in and start to enable customer profiles today within Amazon Connect. And of course, if you need more information, you can look up all of our documentation and blogs and additional information that we can help you get started with customer profiles. Now, there's plenty more sessions regarding Amazon Connect that I encourage you all to go and watch, that goes into other aspects of launches that we have announced this week. So make sure that you go through many of these sessions that will give you a better sense of all the capabilities of Amazon Connect. And last, I want to thank you for attending this session. Please complete the survey after the session and enjoy the rest of your reInvent 2020. Thank you.